This is the new Canon EOS C50, a brand new camera in Canon's Cinema range that is looking to make it as easy as possible to get into cinema cameras, to make that much more accessible. And that accessibility is evident when you're using the camera. It's particularly easy to set up and to use as a solo videographer, which is exactly how I used it. And it's rocking some pretty serious video specs as well, while also having a brand new sensor and a new design to the body, which is built around the idea of being able to use it as is, so just the camera without having to build it into a rig or anything like that. You've got the monitor on there. You can just use this as a solo videographer, run and gun style, but it is absolutely able to be built into that larger rig in a bigger production if that's the way you want to use it. And while it is able to take photos, this is absolutely set up to be the entry point into that Canon Cinema ecosystem. So video is front and center for this camera, and it's certainly no slouch in that department. You've got up to 7K, which is also up to 60p, which is really quite impressive if you want some nice high resolution video. You've got open gate recording as well, which is such a must now for a camera like this. 4K up to 120 frames a second and 2K up to 180 frames a second. So a lot of options there for some nice super slow motion if that's the kind of look that you want to be going for. So a lot of versatility in the way that you can shoot. And that's also evident in the different kind of codecs that you can shoot in as well. So you've got things like Cinema Raw Light, you've got XF AVC, AVC-S, XF HEVC-S, you've got Canon Log 2 and 3, and the camera features an active cooling system as well to keep a nice long duration for recording. I must say as well, the way the camera is able to be used as a solo videographer, whether you are behind the camera shooting maybe a small business promo or something like that, an interview perhaps, or whether you are actually going to end up in front of the camera and therefore turning the monitor to be able to see yourself, it's such an easy experience to just be able to get the kind of content that you want. Of course, you've got all the video tools in camera like timecode, zebra, waveform, just to make your life easier. But like I said before, it's so easy to just set this up with what feels like just the right number of controls on the camera itself and a very, very easy to use menu as well. Now, in that same spirit of usability and being able to use this as a solo videographer, you've got dual pixel CMOS AF2, which is so reliable. You can just leave the camera to handle all of the autofocus, which completely frees you up to focus on framing and movement and everything else. It's such a useful thing when you're shooting by yourself, as it just takes away the headache of thinking about focusing. It just makes everything much, much easier. And while it is the smallest and lightest camera in Canon's Cinema range, actually coming in a little bit smaller and lighter than the R5C, it actually feels like it can also work as a perfect B cam or C cam in a larger production with something like the C400. You've also got that multifunction shoe on the top of the camera, allowing you to pair with a digital mic, and it's just so easy to use. I am absolutely hoping to get more time with this camera in the near future to really test it out, but at the moment it feels like a very solid entry into the Canon Cinema range. And for people who want to seriously up their video work, be able to get very professional looking results, leaving room to grow as well, and maybe even incorporate this later into larger productions, and all of that at a bit more of an accessible price point than other cinema cameras, I think the C50 is looking like a fantastic option. Now you can check out the full specs, and there's a lot to look at over at parkcameras.com. I'll pop a link down in the description so you can check it out for yourself, make it nice and easy. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, because there's new content all the time. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, as always, thanks for watching.